Happy Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen. Sinful Pineapple here, hanging out with y'all. Demonic, I hope you enjoy those tacos. And yeah, today we're gonna play some Final Fantasy 14. Just gonna try to get some grinding going of dailies, frontlines, and yeah, just try to get more of my tier 2 stuff. Destroy those tacos, hell yeah. I don't know if you saw my message earlier this morning. I was looking at for next week, possibly playing Dark Tide, Vermintide, and Space Marines too, depending on which one you have. If you wanted to join in on that, I asked Happy about that too, and he's interested. I was thinking possibly like either Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, for sure, if you're available. And again, even if you're not playing, if you're hanging out, definitely want to talk about give me some knowledge of Warhammer. But that'd be, I still have to make the schedule on that. I have Vermintide too, and Dark Tide, but Dark Tide is rough on my PC. Fair enough. We can play Vermintide. I can definitely do that one. And again, only if you want to. No pressure. But yeah, I just wanted to see, because I asked you first, and then I just wanted to see with you if you wanted to do that for next week, for sure. I wasn't going to do Monday or Tuesday, because Monday I'll probably jump back into more either this game or something else. I'm trying to think of if I'm going to do something different that day. Tuesday, because it is Veteran Day, I'm gonna jump into some Battlefield, but I have my plan scheduled, so I'll let you know in the full details. I'll install it over the weekend. Hell yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, and we could talk about Warhammer stuff, all that good things, and get into that groove. You know what I mean? So I look forward to that, and yeah. And again, I believe Happy might join us with that too as well, with either depending on which one he's available to do. Again, I think I'm gonna just probably put them on each day, so that way we won't over carry ourselves, because I haven't played those games in a while, so it's like really trying to jump back into them and see how we do with them, but. See how I do with them. I don't know what. I'm pretty sure you guys are fine, but I haven't played them in a while. And again, don't know anything about the lore, so it'd be like a good history lesson, good hangout, and all that good stuff. I haven't played Vermintide in 2.5 years. I actually like Vermintide, and I'm curious about like the history of that game, or like because it's like Warhammer's fantasy version, which is interesting to me. I always try to ban you guys, but yeah, I always like knowing like the difference, because again, I feel like that fantasy version, and then there's that space version, but I know was it 40K is like the main thing, and then Vermintide is kind of like their side thing. Yeah, it's really cool. I like that too as well. The playstyle is really fun. I think I like the playstyle of Vermintide. But yeah, I'm gonna do Vermintide, Dark Tide, and Space Marines too. I have all three of them. Those three. I played with somebody before Space Marines, but again, we haven't played I haven't played with that person in a while, so it kind of like just sat there and died. Fun fact: the Murder Lord in my name comes from Warhammer. See, there we go. We got something to talk about. Hell yeah, Murder Lord. And I think they probably come up with a lot of good innovations too with that. So I'm excited to dive into that stuff, especially Vermintide, because I think we probably have a lot to talk about with Vermintide and all that good stuff. But we're gonna play some Final Fantasy for right now and just chill out. And while you enjoy some tacos, I enjoy some throwing my character around like a rag doll, fighting monsters and stuff, going into dungeons. Hopefully, no delay. But I know there's some delay in the game I've been having as of recently, but we'll see if they kind of fix those. Well, how was your day overall? Did you do anything interesting today, or did you work on that shelf that you have? It's from Mornheim, the leader of the Scaven, the Rat Boys. Oh, okay, the Scaven. I think I've seen those guys before. Called himself Murder Lord, and they are my favorite race. Hell yeah, that's what's up. How many races are in the Warhammer fantasy? Like, there's a Skaven, and I'm guessing there's like orgs, elves, humans, but like, are they titled like that? The rat creatures. I would say 20 to 25. Okay. And that makes sense. That actually makes sense that there's like that many. I also updated my ad to start every hour. There'll be 3 minutes. However, I did that for more of my control of, hey, I'll probably, when I do take a break, I'll put it on the ad of a certain amount of time. I think because I wanted the length of it, so in case if I need to take a break. So, and again, I do plan on, like, if an ad does pop up, I mean, I'm gonna just stop and just take a break and then jump back on, so that way we can continue from there. Alrighty. So there's 20 to 25 races. Like in this game, there's the Huar, but Huar like mid-class or Midland, Highland, the Elzen, the Woodland, and then the fuck. It's like a moon. Same thing with the Mijat and so there's Regan. I never could say their names right. The burly guys, the burly ones. The Uza. The Viari, the Viaran, the Viara. Yeah, that should be about it. It's quite a bit. There's like probably like, oh, the Lullafels. Like 7 races in this game. Oh, so including the ones that you don't play, the Garleans. Like who's the actual villain in Warhammer, the Warhammer fantasy? You know, like I think what 40k has like the chaos or the yeah, I'm guessing chaos, and then yeah, the Empire. Depends on the faction. They all have their own lore. And Big Bad. Ah. So it's kind of like this. If you're going to play that faction, your bad guy would be like, let's say, the humans. Even though the humans are Like, let's say you play the humans, the other people are your, like, the bad guys, like that. Because I know it's like mostly like the role play kind of thing, so you're really kind of like putting.
What inspiration will you give me, I wonder?
Welcome to Sugar Riot's Gallery of Glamours!
Perhaps I'll draw this.
Kind of, sort of. They all have their own thing they're trying to accomplish. Okay, so it's not so much like you're gonna have like a villain. It just will exist. I think I'm just trying to understand, because usually, you know, sometimes they'll have
Will the challenger be all right?
Wait, there's vampires?
What's your favorite color?
I think I remember seeing
An image
vampires, I think, in the game. I don't think I really got that far in the game, to be honest.
The rain has become a desert.
How about a little more sunshine?
How about a little more sunshine? She got a little country in her voice. Don't want to do that.
When I think desert, I think of these prickly fellows.
Watch out! It's a veritable storm of needles.
There's something missing.
Nice.
I know.
I'm starting to remember how to play this area.
Quicksand? Oh, you don't want to get caught in that.
But I'm sure they all have their strengths and weaknesses of like what they are. Like when I look at that, I think of like Elder Scroll kind of. Like Elder Scroll has a shit ton of like races in there.
What do you think of this?
they dodge.
What do you say to a refreshing riverscape?
Yeah, each one is different, and from the higher tier to the lower tier. That's one game I do gotta jump into. I think what I want to do, I think what I want to do is do like a redo of Elder Scrolls Online playthrough, and I'll create a character. Like, there's a lot of possibilities I want to do with like a lot of games that I haven't really touched bases on, and I have Elder Scroll, and I think I have like literally majority of like the expansions for Elder Scroll Online. I just haven't fucking played it.
I have it. Some destruction to facilitate deconstruction.
And then depending on what to play it as, I think it'll be more of like a scope of, do I want to play it as a knight or a mage? Oh shit. Shit, I forgot. I knew I was in the wrong spot. Sorry. As long as they start.
They're back on their feet. Let's see if they can stay standing.
But yeah, different higher tiers, you know, a great cavalry and some infantry and some artillery. Yeah, because if you're like orc, you'd be nothing but brute strength and all that stuff. So it's like you'd be like tanks, I'm guessing.
The challenger, rise it again. Can they turn this around?
When you can't decide on one thing. What do you think of this?
Yeah, that's why I think it turns out orgs.
Amazing, they clearly anticipated that attack.
We almost got this. I just fucked up because I put myself in the fucking... Oh shit, don't put myself in the water. There we go.
It's all over. Until
Yeah.
next time.
So the orgs, yeah, they're big beefy boys for sure. What's like the best like ones that would be what you would call it? They would yeah, you got your front line, you got your you got your again DPS tanks, but I'm using terms from Final Fantasy, but what would be like the best like ones that are like the range class in that Warhammer fantasy? Like who's good at artillery? I know I was kind of like putting out a loaded question, but I was just curious. Like, who would be like the best choice of like ranged infantry? Would be wood elves or vampires of the coast. They're basically vampire pirates. You know, that sounds pretty badass. Vampire pirates. Best artillery goes to dwarves. Best cavalry goes to the empire. Now, does the empire kind of exist? Like, I'm talking like 40k and then the fantasy. Is there like a version of that empire that exists in the fantasy world that kind of like are in that same essence of the god emperor, blah blah blah, all that kind of in instinct, or they kind of separate? Yeah, in a sense they're the same. The fantasy is just when the empire is split and they're fighting to figure out um who the true leader is. Ah, interesting. That's interesting. I didn't know that. I think somebody tried to tell me that. I just didn't get it. Like, I didn't know. Well, no, they didn't say it in that way. They said yes and no. And that's where I got kind of confused. Like, it didn't, like, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like an actual answer. It was just like, yeah, no. So I didn't really understand what it. We're killing these Moogles. It's the same, and it is the same, and it's not the same. Depends on how many dots you want to connect to make it. Fair enough. I get that. Because, like, to me, that's like, I feel like the fantasy world is like a planet that's just not developed in that 40k world, and it's just like they exist. Because, dude, don't Skaven exist in 40k? Like, I'm saying, like, don't some of those some of those races exist in the 40k lore in some sense? Boom, 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 boom. I haven't played this one in a long time. This is a level 50. They're the bring new on most of the lore. I feel bad. This guy's gonna get fucked up. Hell yeah. Okay. Now, here's a question. So, does that God exist in the fantasy world? That's what I was gonna say. Like, you know, like they have the chaos demon gods. I don't know the category of how they are, but you know what I mean, like those ones like Nurgle. Does he actually like kind of exist to the Skaven? Forgive me. Wait, is this heresy? Oh shit, someone's using some language in Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, we're gonna rock this like a hurricane. Okay. So corn. I'm saying that right? Corn or corn? Yeah, it sounds like corn. Nurgle, Slanesh, and okay. I heard somebody else say corn, so I was like, I'm thinking that's what it's called. Tzanich, Zenich. Okay, Zenich. Do and don't, do and do not exist. They have their chosen and their champions that they bestow blessings on to do their bidding. They're called the four demonic princes. Interesting. So, but they don't actually exist in the Warhammer fantasy though. Only in the 40k version or 40k lore, not physically. Okay, so in the 40k lore, they physically exist. In the fantasy, they're pretty much like anything nowadays. Like, hey, this person existed, but it's like we don't know if they did or not. They're just like a deity, kind of like that, kind of like in that thought process, the worship. I feel like Warhammer is very like religious, even though I think from the understanding is 40k is like get rid of all religion, and then it is kind of religious in the own vestige. Just my opinion. I feel like that's, well, it gives direct blessings and mutations to the chosen that actually exist. They just never show up themselves. I think that's crazy though, because it's like they feel like they're the bad guys altogether, but Warhammer itself doesn't really correlate to challenge them, or like, you know, like have the factions of like the worship ones versus the ones that are going against it. I feel like they just going against each other because they just want to kill each other. Just from my observation, I don't know if that's true. I don't think that's a true statement for Warhammer, but that's what I kind of look at it as. Because again, they have a champion, but they're using that champion to murder like another faction. Korn and Norgo hate each other. Zanash and Slanesh have opposing views. They battle for supremacy as much as all the other factions. Hmm. So could you tell me like the so Warhammer Fantasy, going back to that one, what is the, because usually certain things have like a point, or like a I will say, what's the main story to Warhammer Fantasy in a whole, if it could be described? Like, I know it could be whatever it wants, but like, is there a storyline to Warhammer Fantasy? Like, if you had to make a line, would there be one that exists? Like, this game has a main story. Like Elder Scrolls Online has a story. I feel like somewhat 40K has like a streamlined story. But does Warhammer Fantasy have an actual story streamline? Happy. That is just my curiosity of like, so fantasy has a timeline, yeah. So would that timeline be considered like like, because I was just saying, it was like a main story kind of thing. So there is an old world where the humans, elves, Skaven, vampires, and chaos were fighting for supremacy. Then the maelstrom happened and magic started running rampant. Ah, interesting. So it's like this: I'm gonna murder you, and then magic, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I am thirsty with magic. And it's a snowball from there. Ah, gotcha. 40K Warhammer 40K events span across thousands of years across galaxies. Warp travel is like time travel, but weird. Interesting. Cool, cool. See, I didn't know that. I didn't know warp travel was like that stuff. And I know, like, I think because I think I'm gonna start with Vermintide first. So that's why I was like really getting into the meat and potatoes of fantasy first before jumping into 40k. So it's good to know because again, that was like some things I was asking Demonic about, if they kind of relate to each other, or like does like some of those does 40k exist in the fantasy lore? Yeah, need to get you into. Does it kind of like explain so much? No, but maybe kinda. So does Total War explain a lot of that? Like, but that game is fantasy, right? Yeah, basically what I said. Because I've heard the same thing like that. That yes and no. And I didn't really understand it. And I think Demonic has explained it pretty good, where I kind of understand the separation of fantasy and 40k. So yeah, it's a fantasy, but as you play the factions, you get their background and their reasons for fighting, and that's all. Fair enough. There's also a universe where everyone just plays violent football, and we won't get into that. Blood Ball, my beloved. Really? There's a Blood Ball. So what does Blood Ball fall into the category of? Is it the fantasy, or is it 40k? Think of it as more like a multiverse. May Newful bless your blocking dice. So interesting. But Blood Bowl is more the fantasy one, right? It's just the universe to support their tabletops. Okay, Blood Bowl is more fantasy than 40k. Okay. Interesting. See, I don't know the relations to any of them. So I don't know. I didn't know the relevance. I didn't know anything like that. I think if I had to choose a faction, would be those vampire pirates. God, Space Marines playing Blood Bowl would be a sight to behold. I think that would be the faction I would choose. I don't get how that would make sense, because wouldn't they die in sunlight and then they're sailing and then like the fantasy is easier to understand because it's just one world. and has a history and timeline. So it's like basically streamlined where you don't have to do too much of like, oh my god, I gotta go to a different universe or different galaxy to understand this one, and years apart of what their history is. But here's an actual question. Which one came first? Warhammer Fantasy or Warhammer 40k? Fantasy came first. I want to hear Happy's view as well. Is that how you feel as well? Fantasy came first. Again, I don't know dates. I don't know what came first actually, but I do believe that would make sense if Fantasy came first. Technically, Fantasy came first. That's awesome. I think the Fantasy one seems really interesting to start off with, to be honest. Like, to learn kind of like a little bit of that Fantasy Warhammer style, it seems for him. 40k became more mainstream first, though. Gotcha. And I get that. I think I've noticed that, like, because I didn't know. I knew Vermintide, but I thought Vermintide was related to 40k, so I didn't know jack shit of what that, like, if they were relevant. Yeah, the Vampire Coast is cool. They tie in well with the vampire counts. They also vampires are more like magic begins of chaos. They can be in the sun. Okay, so they're not like your average vampire where they can't be in the sun, which would be like their disadvantage. I would like to know about the Vampire Coast. Like, what's really like their like story? Like he said, the vampires spread corruption that helps them survive. They're not allergic to sunlight. Like, that's interesting to know. Like, if you guys have any insight of like the full, like, what they're about, I'd like to know about that, because it might be, if I ever do get into like actual like Warhammer Fantasy, I think that's what I would want to learn. Orcs and Beastmen are my favorite factions in Fantasy. Hell yeah. Now, I have a question. Why do you like Orcs and Beastmen? Like, what's their strengths, or their, like, what makes them, like, interesting to you? Another game that can really help with Warhammer Fantasy is the Total War games. you get to meet the factions and their leaders. They give you a lot of tie-in lore. Vampire Coast started as the Empire merchants that got their ships blown up at sea when the Maelstrom became. Interesting. Don't try to do that elbow drop, you little bat, you demon bastard. So this Maelstrom, like, pretty much is like the biggest, like, basically the game changer of the whole fantasy world, of like making everything so chaotic and basically in the middle of the ocean of context. The magic was so strong, even the wreck of their ships became monsters. Oh, the ship is a monster? So, and again, yeah. Orcs are just my favorite. Even in 40k, they're metal as fuck. Beastmen are my sub chaos faction. They're brutal and very flexible. Torox, the brass bull forever. What about yours, demonic? What factions is yours, if you don't mind me asking? Yeah, the Vamp Coast have some awesome stuff with their Maelstrom fucking golem ships. Oh yeah, you mentioned, I remember the Skaven, but yeah, I wanted to make sure. Chaos and Vamp Coast. The Rax wants his Wheaties. Rax loves Wheaties. What the hell? That's wild, dude. I'm learning a lot. I like that. He screams it in the game. I tend to also like characters more than individual factions. There's a lot of cool heroes. Every time I think of vampires though too, so you might be right, like the characters, like I think of vampires, sometimes they have like more of the allure and the charisma, so it's like I'm always thinking like those characters gonna have like the look of like they may be a pirate but they bang a lot of women. And they that's just what they are. I could be wrong, they could be looking like monsters. Understandable. I hate dark elves with a passion, but Razkarth is so good. Oh, vamp counts have swag. I knew it. That's why I would want them as a faction. I do like the fuck. I got frozen. I fucked up. They have swag. I knew it. Like I said, if I ever played like a D&D, I would want to play as a a goblin, but like a goblin that has swag with like kind of like a bard, not really like a bard, but like he'd be a monk, but he'd still have like I mean, not that he's successful, he just wants to get laid. But you know what I mean, like that kind of thing. And he's sometimes and he's sometimes successful. He wants the wag with with charisma. Yes. Like that monk in Inuyasha. Yes. But a cute goblin monk. Go ahead. I'll After this battle I gotta go on break and then use the bathroom. That's perfect. Yeah, so it's like I'm not saying I'm like he'll be a successful like getting laid, but he's like he definitely gets his moments, and he'll be tiny as fuck too. Short King. But you know what I mean, like that kind of like thought process. But like the vampire ones, definitely I would think I would pick that faction. The old pervert, I love it. True. I'll be right back. I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'm gonna put it on BRB and put the ad on real quick. All right, I'm back. Back with the most. All right, back to the lecture at hand. Goblins ride around either on spiders or wolves, so you would get a cool mount. That's true. Do they ride on other mounts? And then you said in Warhammer, goblins are just small orcs. That's also cool. So they're just like the tinier version of a bigger orc. But I do like your idea of a wizard being like a Master Roshi. He's like here. He's a little handsy, a pervert. He's like this. Let me read my good book, or like my mage book, and then inside there's like a fucking nudie magazine of of elves, of female elves. I'm pretty sure it's just spiders and wolf mounts for gobos. But they can ride other mounts, can't they? I feel like they could, like, well, I'm pretty sure that all of them have like their specific kind of mounts. Orcs are mushrooms, and when the spores grow, sometimes it's a huge orc. Right, springs, okay. And sometimes really small goblins. Sometimes smaller Gretchen, sometimes feral spirit. Oh god, not this. What's I'm only curious of what those are. I don't. Are they like ugly looking? I'm guessing. I'm I am curious on both your guys' things. Have you guys actually did an actual Warhammer Fantasy D&D style role, well, actual role play like a D&D style before? Flesh fleshy meatballs with legs and teeth. Ugh. Yes, Graves has ran one. That's awesome. What about yourself? I've never had the opportunity to play D&D. Neither have I. So, it's all in that world of like. So, did you do the fantasy or did you do the 40K D&D style? Happy. That Grave did. The fantasy. I played a dwarf artificer. Interesting. But that's cool. I do notice that Graves does a lot of fucking. He has the imagination of a fucking like a novelist. It seems like, because he seems like he just generates a lot of that stuff, which I think he could write a book for Christ's sakes, because how much he makes these things happen. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's insane how much of like what he puts the like the effort into being that the what do you call it, dungeon master or a narrator, I would assume. But I just think that's amazing that he has that craft to just think outside the box and make scenarios for you guys to do that, especially to do just from like a regular D&D to like what I think you're doing a new one now, and then even to like transition to a Warhammer one. That's a lot of knowledge of shit. I wouldn't even know where to begin to start. But yeah, I've never done one. I've never done a thing. I think me and Happy have already talked about this. I just haven't really jotted it down to do a D&D, which it seems pretty fun. Again, I don't know the rule. Like, I would have to be reiterated the rules, things, and like what do you want, like what I can or can't do, or all that stuff. I know people, and I think you guys or you and Happy and Graves have stressed to me, there are some people that are just like critical of how they want it deep down, and then there's just like, hey, we're just here to have a good time, not get too lost in the sauce of like, this is like, you gotta be this way. Now don't go off the fucking deep ends, but still kind of like, let's keep it fine line and have fun. Like, it's like as easy as like, hey, you're in a, like they always do, like the bar scene, the bar scenario. Hey, there's a dark ominous thing in the corner, sitting in the corner by himself. Do you want to go confront it? No, I want to go get a beer. And I wanted to talk to the wench on the side with the one tooth. It's like, how does that happen? Ooh, I could get my boots. Oh shit. Didn't mean to press that twice. And again, I do appreciate both of you even taking the time to tell me about the Warhammer fantasy version, and knowing that it's just like the whole thing starts with battles, but a chaotic event of what you call the Maelstrom. That magic is literally the kind of like the disorientation of what the fantasy world is going through. What the fuck? I do appreciate that a lot. I honestly think it would be fun doing that stuff with y'all. Like, I would like to see like how you guys turn your characters into something. Oh, bro, I go in. And I'm also curious of how Demonic would have his character. Like, I know Demonic would have a good character build of his D&D style or Warhammer fantasy style D&D if that happened. Like, I really think I would want to do the vampire coast character, if that would be possible. And I would love to see Happy's like go all in. That sounds so much fun. Playing video games with you and you go like are in there, it's already fun as it is. I can only imagine with the imagination you bring to the table. Damn it. I put that too soon. Just so going back to the fantasy world of Warhammer. So Total Wars is like literally like the guidebook of like explaining like the characters and stuff like that. I'm gonna drown. I don't think this is the one. That's why I'm like, wait a minute, this is not the one. So 40k is harder in just 2 words. Horus Heresy. Why is it like why? I kind of feel like that needs explanation because I don't get that. I know Horus was like an important. Would he be like a villain? Like I think that kind of warrants like kind of like a little bit of like a good explanation because I don't really understand that. Like, honestly, who is Horus? To be honest, I don't really know who Horus is. It's fractured the Emporium, scattered all of the history. It's also oh shit. Oh, I'm on the good side. I'm on the good side. Fractured all the history. It also just so much info on Horus Heresy alone. A ton of omnipotent people, deaths, undeaths, and then it's chaos itself. Not to mention all the things that branch off from Mechanicum from there as well. Jesus Christ. Is it really like that big? Like that kind of like of like stuff? Also, could it be like it just went to overload of like how many things they can have? Shit, almost. We're making it seem tiny compared to what it actually is. Making it seem tiny. It feels like it's already. Oh nope, stay on this side. Well, yeah, I definitely think there's probably a lot to the lot to dive into. We're actually doing really good. Oh shit, I didn't realize he was right there. I thought that didn't go down yet. Shit. Stupid me. Horus is one of the Emperor's children, the Primarch for each bloodline of Space Marine chapter. 21 different Primarchs or sons of Emperor. Horus turned on the Emperor to chaos, killed him on several of his brothers, killed him and his several of his brothers, and fractured the empire, scattering everything. And they're still picking up the pieces since. If you want to read for an hour, I can send you the wiki page in Discord. It's freaking massive. Oof. Yeah, this is not the gear I wanted. Shit. I thought this was up. They're probably playing this thing because of Final Fantasy Tactics when it just got released. Oh, I don't doubt it. Because Warhammer's been out for like a long time, right? Like the role play version, like the fantasy and 40k, like for a very long time, right? Since the 80s. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Since the 80s. Holy shit. But I can see why there's so much added to it and so much depth, because again, you're going from the 80s to now, and there's probably so much they built upon, and yeah, that's a lot of info. Yeah, this is just the Space Marine side of the heresy too. This doesn't even include the Human Emporium side, the Eldar, Chaos, Mechanicum, and every different sub-factions. They have all their stories too. It's just a lot. Just wait until we get to the Necrons. What? to wait till we get to the orc lore. But see, that's my question though. Like, that's the Space Marine side is like that, but like the orcs and stuff like that, like they don't worship what, the God Emperor. So that's what I was like, wouldn't they have like their own deity, I guess, and such? Which would that be the four demonic or demon princes or something like that? I'm guessing. Which I'm surprised they don't have their own version of an orc god. I don't. If humans could have, or the Empire could have a god, a person, a being turned into a god. How could there not be a Skaven god or an orc god? Ah, see, there is. So there is a, like, because you know what I've noticed is, like, Warhammer wise, they always focus on the God Emperor, but I don't feel like they focus enough on like the other gods that are like existed, you know what I mean? Gork and Mork. Ah, gotcha. He's just the poster boy. But I was like, I'm pretty sure he's not the only one that like made a difference. Like, it make it seem like he's the one that generated the unit, like the whole like control, like, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like there's so much missing out of like things that are like the other factions. If that makes sense to like what I'm trying to figure out, you know what I mean? Ah, I got knocked down. Because I feel like it's a kind of a disservice that you're only hearing about the poster child, but you're not hearing about all the other ones as much. Like, I would like to hear about Gork and Mork, and if like the other ones, like, and again, there's like you said, there's so many other factions and details. It's like you're not really gonna get the we just gotta kill it. And that makes sense. It's like, yeah, I get it. They have lore for each of the factions. Like, Necrons technically are the oldest lore, going back to the near creation. Close to the orcs and then probably Eldar. And again, not like they don't explain it. It just, I always see it's always like the Space Marines are like and their purpose is like, seem like always advertised as much, if that makes any sense. And I know I kind of went off topic with Warhammer Fantasy going into 40k, but I think that's where I was like, I think that's what I'm trying to figure out of like the aspects of of what technically. And again, if they're older races for the experience, I mean that would make sense. Ah, fuck, we're gonna get hit. And again, you guys are shining some light that I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Like, it's not cut and dry like I was thinking. Is like, there's a lot more depth with it. How you perceive these factions, it really sheds a lot of light. But I still want to be a vampire vampire coast. Yeah, it's Masto. Just my opinion. Just want to be a vampire coast. They sound cool. Oh yeah. I think the next one would probably, my curiosity be would, like, I know demonic you don't like the dark elves, but I probably would pick the dark elves. Because then I think it would simulate to like the vampire coast and then dark elves. But you guys have been giving me a lot of fat to chew within 1 hour of streaming. Which is cool. I appreciate that, by the way. Because, yeah, I think I would really want to focus on fantasy first before going into looking at 40k, because 40k, I think, like you guys said, I just saw, like you sent me a Wikipedia, it's gonna be so much, and I think if start with the basics of a fantasy world and then jump into the extreme world. Dark elves are just weird. It's cool to like them, but they are all whips and chains and slaves and skin flaying. What? Well, I better start learning how to skin flay. I'll be like Bobby Flay. And fall right off the bone.
It is to be a pleasure. I am only too happy to oblige.
That's wild. That was like, are they like villains or something like that? Because it seems like they're like bad guys more so. Definitely bad guy vibes.
You will be judged.
One of them told me to not look, the other one told me to move. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Get away from me, get away from me. I didn't know what you were doing. They're real aesthetics, like spike core tights. They are definitely bad guys. They believe that they created the one of the chaos gods, Slanesh. So they're bondage. So are you telling me if I chose a dark elf, I better wear a zipper mask?
Does it grieve you to see the depths of your own weakness laid bare? Maggots!
Like a deadeye bondage. That is nuts.
You do not belong in my world.
I don't think I'm ready for that. Then I don't think I'm ready for that. If I wanted to take on the bad role.
I am the lies
Well,
from which you suck. You will be judged. The world has no place for such wretches. Your claim to life is forfeit. You are the blood
that makes sense.
You will be judged.
Okay, I'm fucking up. That's okay. The other phase is okay. Do what it says. That wants to do what it says. The other one does the opposite. Yeah, I fucked up. You have to do the opposite. In the more like free agent. So has anybody ever or have you heard about like them playing as like a dark elf, but like they don't kind of do the whole weird, like they do, but they don't like do all of it and like try to be a part of the party, you know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense of what I was asking.
Fool is the dog who bears his teeth before his master.
They're kind of like that. They're different elves. There's high elves, wood elves. How are the high elves? Are they like assholes, like cocky people? I would think wood elves are more like they just are afraid of everything. I got 3 more K to go. I can literally just do that one. Do the trial. I already did them all. Shit. I already got another one to make another fucking weapon. Jesus. High and mighty for the high elves. They are very organized and justice oriented. White lions and griffins kind of deal. So more of the order type. More in the case, Boy Scouts. The Boy Scouts of the bunch. So my curiosity too is, if let's say you have that character, a high elf, could you have them play with, like, team up with a dark elf or a vampire count? I would think no, because that doesn't make any sense to have that kind of case, but I was just curious if that's possible. Yeah, I kind of figured they would be closed off. But you know what I mean, like as mercs. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So they would. So the vamp. Like you said, the vamp. I think, like you both said, like vamp coasts are like more like free agents and mercs. Hell yeah. Oh yeah, you have your tacos. You probably enjoy those tacos, bro. So okay, yeah, they could use them like they can use the vampire guys like his that. Hell yeah, 15 sound fucking amazing. 15 tacos. Oh shit, I gotta kill this guy. But that's cool. I didn't know they had their own navy. Cause yeah, it's more like fantasy. Like they're not gonna be in space. They're gonna use naval boats. So, besides the vampires and the high elves, what other faction has like a navy like things? Ah. space orcs from space. If someone doesn't reach that, oh, this dude's dead. See this guy right here? He is fucked. I don't remember those. Wait, I don't remember those. I do not remember those. I feel like I think I was telling a demonic this. I was like, I feel like Elder Scrolls and Warhammer Fantasy kind of play like kind of hand in hand with like the races and stuff, like the race classes and that. Not the same, like they don't do the same thing like with their lore, but they kind of feel like they kind of have like similarities. Oh, fuck you. Because the guy went that way and he was in my direction when he did that. Oh yeah. So, what's the Cathys? And like, what are they? And air net. So Cathy and air, what are those? All the human factions, the elves and vampires. Orcs don't have a navy? What? No orcs navy? They should have a navy. Just saying, they should have a navy. Not that I'm right. Cathy are like the Japanese faction. They descendant of dragons. Ah. That makes sense. So they look like kind of like humans, but dragons? shit. So the leaders have their dragon blood, they can turn into them. Oh, okay. They're dragonborn? What? I know I'm mixing Elder Scroll with. I shouldn't mix that Kool-Aid. I'll allow it. Animorphs kind of way. Dude, I haven't read an Animorph book in a long time. Oh, I almost fucked up. I almost got killed. Tobias. Is that one of the main characters? Or the main characters of that faction? Oh yeah, no, we gotta go this side. I fucked up. I fucked up. Oh. Shit, he's gonna make a line. Homeboy's gonna make a line. Alright, going on one side. I'm doing a lot better. I've played this a couple times and I finally figured I'm doing a lot better than before. Sorry if I'm kind of getting focused. There's just so much going on. Sorry, trying to kill this guy. There's a lot of shit going on with this guy. There we go. But I appreciate the whole talk, man. Like, I'm learning so much, to be honest. Like, that is a lot. Shit. I was in the fucking blast zone. No, no, no. Oh, shit. I'm gonna fucking die. Okay, stay on this side. Gotta stay on this side. I want to get this guy down. Oh, fuck you. No, what's killing me? There we go. I'm using that better. It's all timing. The first time I played this, I fucked up so many times. I can't remember. And that's just coming back. Gonna go back too. Still fucked up. We're almost down. Arbok looking. Fucking motherfucker. I know, right? I'm doing the fucking limit break. Oh, what? It didn't do anything? Oh, what? I didn't move? I fucked up. They did great. Gotta carve them. Also, you get the outfit. There's an outfit that you can get with the this game, this one. Yeah, Arkveld, when I first played him on this one, he wasn't. I would say if I had to compare Monster Hunter Wilds Omega versus this one, I'd prefer this one over Omega. Omega is a, and Happy's seen me play against Omega, and he's played against him. Oh my god, Omega does so much where it's hard to react. Your reaction time is so it's bad. We're glad to share the interest with you. I've been wanting to make a new campaign here soon. Maybe give we're setting a try. Omega sucked. Yeah. Dude, just let me know. I will. I think I'll probably will be wanting to start. And again, I know we have the aliens one I can dive into too, which is pretty cool. Um, but I'm gonna go grab something real quick. I'm gonna get more drinks and probably let my dog out real quick. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna put this on BRB, put the ad on. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna keep talking more about that stuff because I want to talk about maybe doing a gathering like that, or just like do a simple gathering, you know, like that. And it could be a virtual table, you know what I mean? However you guys do it. Had to grab a little snack real quick and and some more drinks and use the bathroom. So I'm back. Yeah. So I agree with you, Happy, and definitely, yeah, if we could get like I think from any start, like if we try something, I am curious about the Warhammer Fantasy version. Like the fantasy version seems more that world. And both you and Demonic definitely made that pique my interest. And again, I think I do have to sit down with you, chatting wise, and then go through the book. I wish I had like something that would what do you call it, like show the book and all that kind of stuff. I don't have digital copies, so it's like I can't really, it's like actual book, so it's kind of hard to explain the alien, because I think one of them's the first one where you start as like a Nostromo like, and then the other one's like you could actually start as like marine, like colonial marines. There's another book I haven't got yet, and probably the border princes, since you can see nearly every kind of race work with them. Interesting. And see, maybe we can get Demonic to join in that thing too. Get him a first fresh take. Maybe I can use my dice for once. Use the dice that my dice collection that I could. Wait. So if I did do that, would I be using that dice, or would I be using? I wouldn't really use dice for Warhammer Fantasy. Vampires to the north, Empire to the west, Tomb Kings to the east, Dwarves to the south. South Soul? But I hope me doing the BRB, because again, the timer of the ad, doing a BRB while the ad's running is a lot better and helps you guys out, because I mean, unless you're subscribed, it really doesn't matter. You'll just see a BRB screen. But like people that are not subscribed, I hope that's like, I'm trying to be considerate of like, hey, an ad's coming, I don't want to just continue the game and then all that kind of stuff. Oh shit. Org mercenaries, elven diplomats, foreign mercs too. Jesus Christ. And this is all in Warhammer. Tomb Kings are basically undead pharaohs and Egypt style units. Hell yeah. Dude, there's so much. Holy shit. It's like, I'm sure there's like a lot of, like you said, the border princes. I'm guessing that's like a really interesting story. Is that like one of the first stories, or like adventures or something like that? And I also have the Star Trek adventures too. I forgot about that, which I gotta look into. Oh, I think I might have the. So, border princes are part of the old world. So yes, interesting. It's a human faction. They're basically neutral mercs camps. So you're just pretty much like, you can be like like any race class, and just help out or do whatever or assist with that. Like you said, you could be a vampire coast, or a high elven, or I'm probably saying that wrong. A Cathy. I'm guessing that's what it's called. I don't know. You mentioned air has navy. What's air? Like, is that like another race? Yeah, it leaves you more open. Oh, airships. You could be sky pirates in this game, in the fantasy version. Basically hot air balloons again. Use the hot air balloons and airships. Ah, interesting. That's interesting stuff, man. Like, I know that's no shit. Like, that's crazy. I'm surprised so to my understanding, the Vampire Coast, they just have ships that go on the sea, but but the ships are monsters though, right? So I'm guessing like you don't really like those things won't really oh shit, I'm gonna be a Reaper in this. Actually, I could change job classes. Nah, fuck it, we'll play Reaper. No, I want to be I want to be my sage. I get better results as a sage. But like I said, I'm surprised orcs don't have ships or like navy ships or navy-ish like ships. Now we're going. So they end up stealing more ships that they sail around on. It's their original ship that are walking monstrosities called rotting Prometheans. Oh shit. That's pretty cool. Get wrecked, son. Assistance. Thank you. I don't know what that machinist thought he was gonna do. That's interesting. Okay, so they're more, so they wouldn't be in that area of conflict. It wouldn't make sense, is pretty much what you're saying. Yeah. We're fighting for this fucking area so hard. Fuck, I died. So I travel around the, okay. Now do orcs, so like that border border print scenarios, would orcs be there too? Oh, we are definitely not getting that one. Okay, but more likely. So it's like a possibility. It could be, you could have that group in that faction or that race into that kind of category if they are like a mercenary-esque. Shit. You're staying right there, Paladin. So I have an ability where I can like lock them in, and that's what I did. I did a dick move to them. He just locked them in while everybody else was beating on him. Lock it in, guys. Lock it in. Knockout. Give me that, son. Knockout. Give me that, son. Knockout. Give me that, son. How am I getting knockouts? That's not possible. 3. I'll take those. Can see, man. But that's cool. Again, thank you so much, Demonic. Like, even to take the time to explain that to me, that's so cool. And even you, Happy, like, again, I know you got a creative bone in your body to make stories and do the dungeon master type stuff, love to see it. And again, well, I should check out Graves' stuff because I'm sure Graves has like I said, fucking genius of storytelling. From what it comes to like hear about it. Hell yeah, like I would love to know more about it. Like definitely like how many? Okay, so I know we're talking about lore. There's so much of it, but like how many like big in-depth main like storylines of like scenarios are there, if you don't mind telling me? And again, there's probably a vast amount, but like big event kind of things, like if that makes sense. Doom 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 doom. There's a lot, basically one for each race. In any case, what's a popular one that you would say? Like for each race, like what would you say? Like a lot of people like would think would tune into like a memorable. Hey, this is the one that a lot of people play or get into. If you could say. I know everybody's different. Oh shit. Your chips are down, Holmes. Fuck, I got killed. We're getting too dead set. I think the problem is we're getting too dead set on that. We need to get those, we need to lock those in. Hell yeah, we're gonna win this. He's gonna die. I knew he was gonna die. Booyah! Give me that shit. We won. We fucking won. Oh, they're holding it back. Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? I thought we won. So the coast's probably a good one. They're coming back. Yeah, we're getting pinched. We won. GG's. That was a victory. Taste that victory. I got 3 KOs in that bitch. That doesn't happen often for me. Okay. There's basically a lot of different in each one. One for each race. They're also different. It's hard to put a finger on just one. Everyone has a different taste of what they enjoy. That's true. Vampire Coast is probably one of my favorites. They are trying to get a mystical trident put together to control a kraken, that sounds pretty badass. So they can own the seas. I'd probably cut out a lot of the travel and do mainly a long story mission, like episodes. Interesting. That sounds really cool. So like do like kind of like this episode we're gonna go through this kind of situation, and then the next episode we're gonna do another situation. If that's what I'm getting from the understanding of that. Almost there. Get these little minions before they before they go away. That's like a pretty smart idea, because again, you're making it into a story, but at the same time you're not really like making it too like, it's like a chapter. Each chapter we're going through something different. Yeah, like an episode can take several sessions, but after you finish that quest or mission, we jump into the next time on, and that makes sense. It's like any like video game. You're done with that quest, you jump into another one, or jump into another mission, you go do another one. That makes sense. I'll probably play only 4 hours today, so right now we're at 2 hour mark. so that way. Oh, this one's a quick one. That sounds pretty cool. Like, I would try that. I would definitely try that. But I think I don't know if you answered that question. Do you like? Would you use dice? Like if you're playing like a D&D with Warhammer Fantasy? Give him the axe. Okay, so it wouldn't really matter because they already have the virtual table will have it already provided. That's fine. Right now I'm playing the tank. Feeling a little tanky. So you're saying there's always a way. That's I fight aggressively. Do I do things right? Probably not. Probably not. But hell yeah, I'm glad we got this conversation, and it is. I do want to ask, like, I got demonic pull all the aggro. That's pretty much what I'm definitely meant for. I love warrior tank because definitely aggressive. The abilities are great. I know the Vampire Coast, you like their story. I want to ask you, Happy, what's your favorite story? Like that's like common into the Warhammer fantasy. Come on. Over time. Troll Slayer, Adventures of Gotrex, Garnishin, Felix Jaeger, and Adventures of. Oh, okay, so those are like characters. Hell yeah, that sounds cool. Really? That sounds so cool. Like, what are those about, if you don't mind me? Like, is a dwarf slayer who seeks the death of it. Who seeks his death and who saves a merchant's son, Felix, and vows to in the end help save the world. That's fucking cool. That sounds cool. It sounds like very much like definitely a fairy tale story. Get your ass back over here. I tell you to leave. Yeah, it's basically they fight everything, mostly chaos and Skaven. Not the Skaven, what do they do? They're just trying to live their life. The Vermintide enemies. Can people play the Skaven though in the fantasy world? But like again, like I'm talking like with a group of adventurers, not like the like having a good or bad side. You see what I'm saying? Jesus, that's a big ass map. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sure there's gonna be like Scaverin, like people like working with Scaverin. Yeah, they probably hate it, but it's like this. Not all of them are gonna hate them. They are everywhere. Infestation. But is that the reason why they call it Vermintide? Jesus, that's a big ass map. Ah, that makes sense. Well, I can see why nobody likes them. That's pretty heartless. First you got the bondage dark elves, and then now you got like the Skaven who are like murdering people and like just causing havoc. But I feel like even though they look out like they're the hated thing, I feel like these factions, like they have their version of the scenario of what's a good guy, what's a bad guy to them, you know what I mean? This is an old fucking... So okay. So Skaven have built an city underneath the city, built a city within the city under the city, and came up from below the siege to seize the city. That makes sense. They're they're innovators. They're ingenuity. The fun thing about Skaven is each faction has their own goal. One just wants to build technology. One loves to murder. One is cursed from an unending hunger, and that just wants to eat everything in his path. I like the is a Ikeda Claw and the Brought the Unclean for Skaven and Lord Thankful. Like you said, you like the characters, which is cool because these have to be like really important characters that are just like centric to their lore and story, which that sounds cool. I think you know what the one that's interesting is the one like the faction that builds technology. Like if I was gonna be a Scaverin, I think I would definitely want to try the build technology one. Is the one that's about the Iket is the one. Broad is the one that's the curse on her. It makes nukes, rat nukes. Oh shit! Nuke 'em from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. That sounds wild. Actually, let's. Move along, move along. Doom rocket. They call them doom rockets. Ooh. The doom rockets. I can only imagine. They probably look atrocious too. Like you'd be like, why does this exist? Why? Let me check. Hmm. Ooh. The warp fire is a horrible thing, and the rats love it. What's the warp fire? They got rat gats to find still much rattling guns go brrr. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get I haven't played Paladin in a while, so I think maybe I should try to do that. And it's perfect for the gear I have right now. like super radiation and anthrax. The rat also eats that shit. Well, from the nukes, they take warp stones and mix it in flu and explosives, and it fucks things up. They also turn hamster wheels into vehicles and put Tesla cannons on them. Good old doom wheels. That just sounds violent. Oh shit. That looks actually pretty cool. That actually looks like it fits. Sword and shield, baby. You know what? We're going in. We're gonna test this out. They go zap, things go dead. I feel a Warhammer campaign in the future tonight. In my future tonight. There you go. Believe and it shall happen. Believe and it shall happen, demonic. I think so. I think someday we're gonna try it. We're gonna try something. Happy, I know, is gonna take care of us on the storytelling, and definitely would be like curious of how it works out. I have 2 energy drinks and the willpower to destroy the world. What with the I think I could do this within 12 minutes. That's not what I expected was gonna happen. I thought I was gonna get I thought I was gonna get a simple location. This is a level 98 one. Shit. Uh-oh, it's freezing. that's not good. You can get the trilogy for like, oh, what the fuck. But there's a lot of DLC factions yet to get. I'll have to check that out. I appreciate that letting me know that. Yeah, I'll check that out. No. No. Why the game fuck up? No. I don't know what's happening right now. And you can co-op games. Hell yeah. the game took a shit. Probably that group was like, what the fuck just happened? Give me a sec. I don't get why the game crapped out like that. That's crazy. Personally, I played 2 the most because 3 has been buggy lately. Have you played co-op with Demonic or Graves, Happy? Oh shit, everybody got kicked out. The queue is like 269. Cool. I'm gonna take a break, use the bathroom and all that stuff, so I'm gonna put this on break again. Might as well. It's gonna be a while since I get back into the game. So we're back. I think the whole crystal server crashed. There was like a bunch of people trying to get back in. Yeah, well, probably because the game's good. They're all just chilling. We're waiting for one more person. Okay, those are my AoEs. My normal ones, that one's. So if I hit with somebody with these the first time, then it does an actual damage. Fantasy is real fun, and I can see that. Like, it looks like the depth and detail of what you guys are getting into seems really fun. Dang. Some people's queues were... Yeah, I wouldn't mind streaming a bit of a campaign for you at some point. Yeah, let me know if you do, and then... That'd be awesome. Oh, okay, that's just my shielding. My swag pyre. Hell yeah, get that swag. Get that swag pyre going. Ah. He was inside. He was playing it inside. It's getting a little tough because I'm seeing a little bit of a laggage. It's But yeah, that'd be an interesting thing. I'm telling you, those vampires should be like lady killers, you know, just straight. Like, do they suck blood? I think that's what my curiosity is as well. Does the vampire pirates drink the blooded? Oh, absolutely. It's like, girl, I'm a little thirsty. Let me get some of that pint. They are also necromancers too. Awesome. I like Diablo necromancers, so that even makes it better. Dude, I gotta play Diablo 4 again. I feel like I think they made some changes, and I want to like go through a story, the story. That seems pretty unfair. It's like literally saying, listen, you may win, but you may lose. This motherfucker is weird. This is a weird ass battle. Ah, I didn't mean to press that one. I was holding the wrong button. Jesus Christ, I forgot. I have to literally pay attention. Fucking A. Sorry if I'm getting occupied. It's just because there's too many things going on in this fucking battle. I forgot about this battle. That thing is like, don't do anything. Don't fucking do anything. But yeah, the more people killed in battle, the more larger the pool of dead. Oh shit. Dude, I love Paladin in this game. Like I appreciate war. Like my favorite tank is like, I'm a war main altogether, but Paladin fucks some shit up too. Their abilities are just on par. And he heals. he does his own healing. So Paladin holds more damage in because the tank has more HP because of and then the defense because of the shield. Warrior, however, has more aggression, so the damage is more, and then the intake of it, he has like a it's like basically Wolverine, but a tank. Oh. That's why I wasn't doing. Fucking A. No wonder I was I had the wrong abilities on. Okay, that's a lot better. I gotta look at my skills. I haven't played Paladin in a while, and I used to enjoy Paladin a lot. Like, that's only the first. Motherfuckers didn't transform. Animorphs. Oh shit. I forgot. It's on the opposite side. Yeah. Oh, back. Booyah. So, yeah, I think it crashed. Some people had higher, like I had two something. Another person that was in there, they were like, yeah, I had like a fucking queue time of 500 and something. So yeah, there was really not, there wasn't much they could do. So more people killed the battle, the larger the pool of dead for you to choose from, and the stronger the units that appear. Hell yeah. And again, I definitely gotta check out the message you sent me after, check out all that stuff that you're talking about. Definitely something to look at. definitely need to find a dummy. And practice my character's abilities. I like the fact that the sword and shield looks perfect with this outfit. All right. So this is a doubt. Okay. I remember they put that into that. Then the combos. Okay, that generates MP. That one just does increase potency. Okay, so it increases this. Slash. Restores XP. You get a bash, then you get a low blow. And then that. So it hits everything, but it revive. Oh, and then you hit the final part. Okay, what does this one do? Magical barrier. Creates a barrier around their health. Blocks incoming. And you got the fucking, that thing will stay up for a while. 18-second duration. Long time in this game. Then you got shield bash or intervene. I can cover, so if the healer gets attacked and I want to cover them, I just cover them with that. Intervene. So intervene reduces the member's damage taken. Intervention, yeah. Which all I have to do is press one of these and it'll be good to go. Yeah, so this is good. I don't know why I didn't have... Oh yeah. So Paladin is strong in its own sense that it has a lot of more buff. It's like, as you can see, it's all nothing but like, hey, shield, 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 which is basically you need a shield. So when you have two tanks, you'd want a shield, like a heavy defense, and then you want an aggressive defense. So who would take the aggro? The Paladin. And then the off tank would be the Warrior, because Warrior would be doing more aggressive attacks and putting more of the pressure. And then if they have to pull them away, they're better at that, pulling them away from the main tank if they have to. If you have to switch off, because some battles are not required to do that, but like if you're going like Savage, I think it's Savage Savage raids, ultimate raids, you have to literally learn how to shift, and that's just the intensity of those battles. But yeah, I'm liking the sword and shield. Soon I'll probably be just getting all those grouped up, everything like that. I think I'm gonna end it for here, because if the game is kind of fucking up, I think it'd be pointless to continue, because I feel like it's gonna happen again, and I don't want to really continue on if the game is just gonna mess up. But I appreciate Demonic and Happy. You guys are awesome. Like, again, we definitely gotta do the talks, but definitely for sure next week I'm gonna set up the next schedule theme of what I'm gonna do. I might change some times because I'm gonna have a 4-day weekend coming, but again, Tuesday definitely some Battlefield. I might play Rivals on Monday. I haven't played Rivals in a while, and I think I should. I feel like I should. So we're gonna go with from there. As much as I want to continue this game, I think something's going on with it in a sense of like the servers been acting up lately. But hell yeah, thank you for all the guides and info, Demonic. And again, I definitely would love to check out more of that stuff. So Wednesday, we're gonna dive into that game that I was playing, Happy. Do you remember that game, the Stranded Deep? The one that I was like making people frustrated, trying to help me out. So we're gonna play an indie game called Stranded Deep. It's basically there's islands, you're on a raft, and you're trying to survive. Hell yeah. And keep it coming, man. I want to learn more, and again, not just Warhammer. We do got Pokemon we could talk about. There's a lot of things that we can do. Ointment, coconut, ointment. I know. It's gonna, but this time, again, and I'm gonna put it in the title, permadeath. So when they keep asking me, you gotta save, I'm like, no, I'm not saving it. The only time I'm saving it is when we're done with the stream, because again, that would just make it like, okay, I'm not gonna continue on if I have to sign off. So I'll save it when the stream's over. But yeah, they were like, you gotta save. I was like, this is a permadeath round, so I want to play that game knowing that there is death in the place and I can lose it all. Which I feel like that game's like, that's the only way to play that game. Like, these guys were like beating it, and I think that's pretty awesome, because I had no idea what the fuck I was in. I didn't even know you could beat the game. I thought I was just gonna be like out there for a while until something either I'm found or I fucking make a boat big enough to get myself offshore. But we're gonna check that out, Happy, tomorrow, for sure. Tomorrow. I was so terrible at that game, but we're gonna give it a go. Don't forget your horse meat. Can't forget that horse meat. You know, you can never forget that horse meat, especially with Rango in the background, trying to lay down. He's a little sleepy head, little sleepies. He's just looking at me. He's all, it's time for bed. It's time for bed. But all right, man. Thank you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Wednesday, we're gonna jump into some Stranded Deep. Sinful Pineapple out.